Virgo, welcome to Karma Light Readings. I'm Karma. I thank you guys so much for clicking on this video and coming to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Please make sure you subscribe. This is a general collective reading for the sign of Virgo. So you may or may not resonate. That's completely fine. If you do, please make sure you hit that like button. Any information, any questions you have about me will be in the description box below. You can click on the link to my Etsy to gain more information. Also, everything on my Etsy is 20% off right now for the holiday season. That is my cat, Mellow. I'm not sure why he's so communicative right now, but he is just in the mood to chit chat, and I guess because he hears me recording. All right. So Virgo, let's go ahead and get into this. I have just been doing little quick check-ins for you guys lately. So I've decided that this time around, we're going to go in a little bit more depth. I've got some more decks here and we're going to really check out and see what's going on. Gain some spiritual insight into what's taking place in your life. What messages of guidance does Spirit have for you? What action should you take regarding a situation? And then we'll also take a look and see what the probable outcome is based on that action. All right, so let's see here. What are some spiritual messages of guidance, please, for Virgo at this time? Spiritual messages of guidance for Virgo. Earth School. It says life lessons, soul growth, study, and higher learning. Let's see here for Virgo. Star Keeper, cosmic ancestor, seed the light by staying grounded. And what else do we have? Spiritual messages of guidance, please, for Virgo. Lifting the veil, questioning everything. Anything unaligned must go. And then on the bottom, you have fall into my arms, surrender, holding the opposites, extremes of life. Well, this makes a lot of sense, especially with the Earth School starting out. So I feel like you're going through, it's interesting because when we're going through a big change in our life, there'll be like certain situations that are extremely tumultuous, and then there could be other experiences and situations that are just kind of calm and flowing normally. So there's this element of balance and kind of wondering, where am I at? What do I need to do? I don't know if you're at the point yet of feeling overwhelmed. Some of you may be, but there is definitely a need for you to release yourself and allow the Most High to come in and show you what can take place next or what you need to do. And I say that because I feel as though maybe you're holding on to something really, really tightly. You seem to be sensing that certain energies are out of alignment with you, and then you seem to be questioning, why is this happening and what do I need to do, right? That's your first cue that you're in the middle of foundations breaking. You're in the middle of misalignment because everything is about to start shifting. If something doesn't feel right, it's no longer for you. Like if you're questioning something and you're wondering why it's there and you don't really feel the same way you once felt about it, it's because there's something for you to learn from that experience. That's why you have Earth School here. You're going through certain life lessons to learn about yourself and to make different decisions and to change the outcome, right? So let's see if we can get into this. What is the current energy that is surrounding Virgo? What is the current energy that's surrounding Virgo, please? You have the Three of Pentacles. The Empress. And the Six of Pentacles with the Fool. Wow. There's a lot going on. Strong focus on family, strong focus on growth and balance. Again, with the Six of Pentacles landing on anything unaligned must go. That's very interesting to me because I often see the Six of Pentacles as like the breadcrumbing card. And so in order to bring back balance, you have to first recognize where things are unbalanced, okay? You do have the Fool on the bottom with the Wheel of Fortune. So you're in this process where you are releasing baggage. You're getting ready to take a leap of faith. You're getting ready to move in a new direction. You're wanting the energy around you to change. You're wanting to level up. You're wanting to move to a different space in life, judgment. But it requires you to review self behaviors and other situations and reflecting on self to align. There's going to be some situations that you're going to need to forgive, and for a lot of you it's directly connected to motherhood or mother figures in your life, okay? Especially with the Empress here and the Three of Pentacles. Like, how do you work together? How do you build together? What are the connections to each situation that's taking place in your life? And then there's a really strong focus on like independence and what you're capable of doing and what you can do. What is this Three of Pentacles, please? Yeah, the Shapeshifter. Ooh, to the Devil. Page of Wands. With the Devil energy here, there's a lot of karmic connections that are showing up in your life, and I feel like you're surrounded by more than one, especially with this landing on Earth School, and then I have the Vessel, which is the Devil. There's so many karmic situations, life lessons, and they're coming in the forms of different people, different connections, different experiences, and I do feel like it's happening all at once. For some of you, this could be the result of, and no judgment, because we've all been there, but this could be the result of not learning past lessons, and so it's all culminating to so many at one time, and so you could feel overwhelmed, but it's because Spirit is like, this is it, you've got to figure this out. It's like grind time right now. There's also this element where you're not in, I don't know if you're on the cusp of Leo, because I saw this in Leo's energy and I'm seeing it again. But this Page of Wands is called the Shapeshifter. And when I see it landing on top of the Three of Pentacles, it's like you're a jack of all trades, right? You can do many, many things. You're very, very talented, Virgo. But then there's this element where Spirit is like, the lesson here though is to always show up as yourself. Like, you can be and do so many things for so many people, but are you still showing up at the core root of who you are? Or are you shifting certain parts of yourself to try to fit in or blend in with whatever crowd you're around? And Spirit is like, that's going to drain your energy. You can still be multi-talented, multifaceted, and do so many things, but you need to always show up as yourself. Okay? Yeah, the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles, that's your energy. This is about mothering yourself, and then there's a connection to mother energy within your family. There's a strong element, a strong focus on this mother energy. And you're in the process of like planting the seeds for some type of future, and is that what the Shapeshifter is? Is because you're the one that's going to shift the energy in your lineage here? Yeah, I just got the goosebumps. The Mender, which is the Queen of Cups. So you are the healer. You are the one that has to... So you have a pretty big weight on your shoulders when it comes to family dynamics. Yeah, the Four of Swords to the Devil. Wow. Yeah, Spirit is like, you have to... Have you recently been setting boundaries? Because you have to lay something to rest that is not... It hasn't been an equal give and take in a situation. That's why the Devil is here. There's an energy of depletion. The Queen of Swords to the Nine of Swords. Okay, again, that's going to give me the Ten of Swords. And then you have the Three of Pentacles. So there's a very difficult connection with more than one person. I feel like I'm tapping into a family situation. If this isn't a family situation for some of you, then it's going to have to do with a group of people, but Spirit is presenting it to me as family. And that, like, all of a sudden you can't work together with somebody. Like, it's just not working. It's very unaligned. It's very out of order. And Spirit is like, you just need to shut it down. You need to give it a break. You need to pause. Because I feel like it's very, very ice cold. And then there's this element where Spirit is like, you need to, it's a time of healing for you. And I think that you're connecting to too much outside energy. Somebody is being utilized, the vessel, by low vibrational energy. You know, they're being used as a vessel to create problems, to create issues within a familial situation. So I would be careful. I would pay attention to that. There's something about this that I think you kind of know who it is too. Like, you've pinpointed who it is, but then you allow yourself to question it because you don't want it to be this person. King of Cups. What does Virgo need to do in regards to this situation? What steps of action should they take? What do they need to be focused on? The Star. The Fool. And the Eight of Wands. Spirit is like, if you're so hopeful and so wishful, or if you're wishing for something to be different, for a change to be had, for a new opportunity, for a new beginning, Spirit's like, you got to go for it. Eight of Wands. You can't just kind of sit in this energy and hope that something changes. You have to also co-create with the divine. You have to be the force behind it. Queen of Cups. Here's the Page of Wands again. No, this is the Knight of Wands. The Chariot. So things are about to start moving very, very quickly. And I feel at certain moments here, it's going to feel like everything is up in the air. But the key and what Spirit is showing me that you need to be doing and what you need to be focused on is knowing that your next movement and everything that you're trying to do is connected to the divine. And it's very important because I feel like whatever you're dealing with in the physical here, Virgo, it's very much like spiritual warfare. And the only way for you to battle this, even though it looks so physical, is going to be through prayer and through covering and through faith. That's how you're going to plow through this and get these other energies to settle down. Because physically, we can't say or do anything to make someone else change. We don't have that power. The Most High does. So your battle comes from communicating your needs to the Most High, covering and protecting yourself, and then allowing Him to step in and shift the energy of others. Do you understand? That's why you have fallen to my arms. He's like, no, no, no. You're not going to transform this situation. You're going to only be able to transform yourself. I'm going to come in and transform the other energies and the situation. You need to transform yourself to be more relinquishing to His power. That's kind of what Spirit is showing me. What is the Star here? For what Virgo needs to do. Yeah, it's like divine wisdom, divine guidance. Yeah, the Knight of Pentacles, investing. That's interesting because I also always use the Star, which is what this, you know, what we have. I use the Star as like the veil removing. You need to stop entertaining the idea of fully bringing the Most High into this situation. And that's not me, that's not a judgment or an insult. That's what Spirit is saying, because you also have judgment here. Spirit is like, look, The Entertainer, the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving card in the deck. And so you're really taking your time in bringing down the divine energy, the divine wisdom, and you're really taking your time and taking the action that you need to take to shift this energy. And Spirit is like, you need to stop playing around, because it's called the Entertainer, and he's juggling in this deck. Like, don't play around, because you're you know what, I'm saying this with love, but you're wasting your own time, Virgo. What is the Fool? Yeah. The Ace of Swords. You have the Death card here, the Fool and Death. In this deck, it's called Past Lives. You need to start over and leave something where it is and allow yourself to transition. That's what it is. There's certain things that Spirit is asking you to lay to rest, that you know you need to lay to rest, that you know you need to leave alone, that you don't have the ability to shift or change, because it's only something the Most High can do. But yet you're still allowing it to affect something in your daily life. And Spirit is like, okay, well, when you start coming to me and investing in me and bringing it all to me, I will help you with the transition and the transformation that you're looking for. But the only reason why things aren't working out the way that you want them to is because you're allowing yourself to move slower and take steps back than necessary. You don't need to. That's why you have the Eight of Wands here. As soon as you release it, things start moving quickly, because you see the lightning strike. What is this Eight of Wands, please? Here we go again, Knight of Wands, okay. To Judgment. Two of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles. To the Phoenix. There's something that you're doing that is delaying your progress, delaying the shift. Seven of Swords, yeah. It's like, and then you have Judgment again, and I really feel like this, I'm connecting to a Virgo where Spirit is saying, please look within and look at yourself. This isn't about what everyone else is doing. It's about what can you do. And I hate to, I know how hard it can be sometimes when dealing with shadow work, but it's literally like, I keep feeling like Spirit is saying, stop playing games. Stop playing games. Get serious. That's very interesting. It's almost like you keep bringing something up from the past into the present, and that's what's keeping you stuck. That's what and Spirit is like, you have to let it go. What can they expect? What can Virgo expect here? Give the King of Wands. What can Virgo expect? The King of Wands to the Five of Cups. What's going to happen? To the Knight of Wands. To the Ace of Swords, to the Nine of Swords. See, the truth, you don't like the truth. That's whoever I'm connecting to, you don't like the truth. Eight of Swords to the Five of Pentacles. So it's just going to be this continuous cycle, and then the Hermit. Is this a family situation? What's going on? Somebody's intentions are going to bring in a lot of regret, sadness, and remorse. Like they don't really like the way things are going. I'm just going to be very honest with you. I don't see any serious energy on the table, Virgo. And I keep asking my guides, you know, what is it that they want me to say, and what is it that they want you to understand? And it's like a very serious situation, and nobody is serious about it. It's a lot of immaturity. It's a lot of going back and forth. It's not anybody that's actually willing to take accountability for their own behavior and their own actions. And so if you're looking for a shift, that's why Spirit is like, you have to be the one to do it. You have to be the one to make the change. And making the change isn't going to be saying certain things to these outside energies to make them shift or change, because again, you don't hold that power. Only the divine has the power to shift somebody's mindset and to shift their energy. But you hold the power to co-create with the divine and change yourself. And I feel like that's why Spirit's telling you to lay this to rest and turn around and focus on you. Otherwise, you're going to stay in whatever toxic cycle this is. And I feel like it's a group of people. And I do feel like that person that we saw that's being used as a vessel, I feel like they're the ringleader of whatever this is. And that I would be careful. Because like I said, this is something that Spirit is showing to me as spiritual warfare, which then leads me to believe that you have a person who's being used as a vessel to manipulate energy intentionally to create problems and chaos around you and within you. What is this King of Wands, please? King of Wands to the Queen of Wands. To the Ten of Swords. This is two creators. This is two people that know how to manipulate energy. What is the Five of Cups for Virgo? The Queen of Swords to the Four of Pentacles. Wow, to the Eight of Swords. Who is this Queen of Swords? You could have an air sign around you or two fire signs. I feel like this King and Queen of Wands, two fire signs, they don't have to be, but it's like they're more alike than they are different, and they may not even know that. They may butt heads at time. Again, this could be friends, family. It's a group for sure. This Queen of Wands, or I'm sorry, Queen of Swords, it's like so much sadness, so much regret. That's all this person thinks about. And they also speak so much sadness. Why are they so sad though? And they hold it all within. And then they get stuck in this cycle and it turns into a huge problem. Ace of Swords. Five of Wands. Massive conflict within a situation and a group that shouldn't have conflict. That's why I feel like this could be a family problem, because it's like you view it as we should all be loving each other. This shouldn't be a problem. What is this Knight of Wands, please? So many people involved. Knight of Wands to the Ten of Wands, to the Fool, to the Eight of Cups, to the Six of Swords. I have to go. I have to get away. I don't think these people, I'm going to be honest, I'm just going to tell you exactly what I just saw. It's like, you are dealing with people who are so caught up in their own energy, they don't even realize how much they are projecting and pouring onto you. But they do a little bit because, like I said, there's somebody who knows that they're manipulating energy, but then there's a couple other people involved who don't realize the extent of the damage. And when you have had enough and you separate yourself and you move away, it's like the whole operation crumbles and they're all shook and shocked. And then comes in the deep sadness, and then comes in the regret. But your operation, like however you block this operation, is because you choose to let it all go and you move towards the divine. Because again, he's the only one that's going to shift their mind. You just remove yourself and start focusing on the Most High and asking him for guidance. Because whatever this energy is that they're throwing on you, honey, it is not for you to carry. I'm just going to tell you that right now, Virgo. It's not for you to carry. Yeah, heart chakra. You're going through a massive expansion in your heart chakra here. This is yours. Claim it. Gut feeling. Listen to your intuition, Virgo. You are healing yourself successfully. Father wounds need to be addressed. And a reminder that you are loved no matter what you are going through. Spiritual poverty. What do you and what do they represent? There's confusion in this situation. Spirit is saying, remember that confusion does not come from God. Addictions and codependent behavior are at the root of all of this, these problems, this energy, this situation. Let things fall. God is realigning you. Money fraud. And legal issues. Dark entities are around you. You need to detach and protect yourself. That's that spiritual, that's what I was seeing with that energy. So keep that in mind. Be aware of that. All right, Virgo, we're going to get some letters and numbers that may be of significance to you at this time. All right, what do we have? We have L, 7, K, X, U. You have 6, you have 2 1s, so you have 11. You have I, you have 2, you have 0, 3, 4, 2 4s, so you have 44, F and C. Actually, you have L-U-C-K, so it spells luck. You also have F-U-C-K. Okay, Virgo, I sent you guys much love on this journey. And I look forward to hearing from all of you, and I'll see you guys soon.